to Kaur Patel. So I just thought, I will do a video in daylight. It's Tuesday around 3:25 p.m. and I took a break and I just thought that I'll share some of the funny stories with you. My funny driving tests when I was trying to get a driver's license in America. Actually, I thought that I'll share some of my current favorites, bags and blazers and creams and lotions and magic potions, things like that. And I thought I will switch it up a bit. We need some humor at this point of time. So long time ago, when I was working in America, usually in the US you would have to drive from one place to the other unless you are living in a big city like Chicago or New York. So after a few months of staying, I was staying in a hotel, extended stay deluxe. And after few, actually I was there for a while. I was just for a while, not for a long time. And I ended up staying for a longer period of time, so little over a year. So, and then during the summer I thought it would be best to get a driver's license. And also, it would be nice to independently drive some places and enjoy the summer before I come back to India. So before that as well, I had driven on Indian license. But to get a driver's license, American driver's license, you have to do a lot of things. You have to do 3-point turn, and there are a lot of rules that you have to follow. So those things, apparently I was not doing right. So I kept failing. So I failed not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, 6 times. So I just want to share those funny stories with you. So initially, like I said, I had driven in America on my, if you are traveling as a tourist or on a business visa, you can drive on your Indian driver's license. And my driving is fine, my driving is not bad. Just getting that driver's license is it's not easy. And where I was staying in North Carolina, I was away from my team. It was just me. So it was very difficult to find someone to practice the driving with. I was still good at driving. I would get help from some or the other Indian friend or my American friends living there. I would take help from there, and I would practice with them every Saturday. I would practice. Still I kept failing. So the first time when I went, I thought, because I'm driving, I've also driven before on my previous trips in the USA. I thought that maybe I can just see how to do the U-point turn on YouTube. I know, right? And I can clear the test. So I got a rental car. It was like a Skoda car, So I got that car. I looked in YouTube how to do a 3-point turn, and I went. And of course, it's not going to work right. The lane was very small, and it was just horrible. That U-point turn was horrible, and the examiner, she understood that I was not good at 3-point turn, so I failed. And she also told me that I did not stop at the stop sign, but I did stop at the stop sign. So the second time when I went to the same driving test center, and I thought that maybe I can get another examiner, and maybe that person will not be that strict, and I can get a driver's license. So usually there in America you have the parking slot, you have lines, and if you're parking like the car is facing outside, it's easier to get your car when you're going out of the parking lot, versus if the car's rear is facing to the parking lot, then you have to look in the rear mirror and all that. It's a bit of work when you're trying to get out of the parking lot. So I was trying to act smart, and I told my friend to park the car in the parking slot for me in the driving center, the test center. And just when you think you're smart and you want to show the world you're smart, it turns out the other way around. So I got the same examiner, and I was not able to start the car. uh, I don't know. I was just not able to start the car. So second time it was worse. I did not even get out of the parking slot. First time at least I drove on the road. The second time it was just horrible. I could not even get it out of the parking slot. And that examiner is like the same examiner. She's like, madam, you need to breathe. Just breathe and try to start the car. So I tried, but apparently I could not start the car, and I was too tense. That made me more tense. And but this time around, I had my own big, huge, Toyota van that's like a 7 or 8 seater. So I was still new to that huge van. So I was more scared because it was. The roads were really very small and very tight, very narrow in that surrounding driving motor vehicles test center, whatever you want to call it. So I was very nervous. She said that I'm not going to put this as a try, you know so you can just let's just try it some other time. And I got out of the car. I went to my friend and asked him, did you make any changes in the car? I can't start the car. And after 2 hours, I remembered I didn't change the gear from parking to drive. And at that point of time, I remember that dialogue from Titanic. No offense to us women, but I remembered that dialogue. Women and machinery should not mix. So I could remember the dialogue, but I could not. Few hours earlier, I could not remember to change the gear from parking to drive. So yeah, I don't usually tell anyone that I failed 6 times. I'm not necessarily proud of that one. But yeah, so I failed, and again after a few weeks, I practiced some more, and I went to the same DMV center, the test center. And that guy, this time around, I had some other examiner who was just very rude. So this time around as well, my U-point turn, by this time I knew how to take U-point turn. So I did a U-point turn, but apparently he was, then you have to do a parallel parking as well. So I could not do that part. I was still getting used to the van. And it was a college or school area, so there were some girls walking on the road in the middle of the road. So I stopped for the pedestrian, and I broke red. According to him, I broke red. But in North Carolina, you can, if there are no cars, you can take a right on a red. So, but according to him, I broke red, and I didn't stop at the stop sign. So he failed me. What he also told me is, you stop for the pedestrian. And for a second, I thought that, I'm from Mumbai. So for a second, I thought that, oh my God, am I giving a test in Mumbai or what? Because in Mumbai, we don't stop for pedestrians. So yeah, that was funny. And he was like yelling at me. He's like, why did you stop for the pedestrians? He was yelling at those girls as well who were walking in the middle of the road. Like, get out of the road, walk on the footpath or the sidewalk or whatever. And he also said that I did not stop at the stop sign, but I did stop at the stop sign. And like the third time, it was like I was getting very irritated because I was trying. I had to tell everyone at work, I'm going for the driver's license test, and they would say, oh, Ghorpad, you will make it this time, you will get the license this time, you will get the license this time, and things like that. And so after the third attempt, I came out crying, oh my God, I lost, I did not get the license. It's funny now, but it was not funny then. It's like, how many more times I have to attempt before I get my license. So it was hilarious. So I was with my friend, and then it was around afternoon, around like the same time like now. So then again, what I did is I thought I will take professional help. So I went to the driving school, and I took few classes. He gave me few classes, and what he told me is to change the center where the roads are a bit longer. So he taught me, he said, your driving is fine, okay, I need to relax a bit. So again I went. So this is now like fourth time, fourth or the fourth time. So again I went, and again the examiner said, it was 10 miles per hour, it was school area, and there was a pedestrian. So I stopped for the pedestrian, obviously. So again, he said the same thing. You did not stop at the stop sign, and you stopped for the pedestrian, even though he, you know, gave you a way to drive away from that from where he was standing. So now it was really getting frustrating. So I told that DMV school that I will practice on my own, and I will practice on my own, and I will try to get the license. So he said, yeah, you keep trying and you keep going to the same place. So how many times I covered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 4 times. So again, I think I went, and again they said that you stop for the pedestrian and you did not stop at the stop sign. So the end of the road was somewhere else, and the stop sign was before the end of the road. So I don't know. So then I gave up. I didn't drive the car for a month, and I asked one of my American friend. I told that, I'm stopping at the stop sign, and I'm looking at all the mirrors, and I'm also counting numbers. He's like, you count more numbers. So what I did, instead of going in the morning, because morning I'm not a morning person, and I made a mistake of not changing the gear from parking to drive. So I thought that I will go in the afternoon. I did a root cause analysis, but I did not practice driving. I did a root cause analysis. So I thought I will schedule my test in the afternoon, and around 3 o'clock, tea time. And I will also, when my friend said that you should count more numbers, so I thought, more around it. And again, I went for the test. So this time around, I did everything right apparently, and I also counted numbers 1 to 10. And she is like, yeah, looks like you practiced. So I said, yes, I did not practice actually, but I practiced counting numbers the American way: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. So at 10 Mississippi, she told me, you have your license, and that's all I did. It was hilarious, and it's very funny now, but it was very frustrating and time consuming at that time. So, but as I was failing, I thought, maybe someday it will be a funny story for me to tell my friends, or somebody else can have good laugh out of it. So I hope you enjoyed storytelling, and if you have any other hilarious driving stories, please do let me know in the comment section. If you like the video, hit like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.